for 2 years hali hapo simuona vitu kama hizi but now be assured kwamba things are being kept in order so to make sure that Puea is being marketed with kabisa and that is the initiative in Vice Chancellor hint when we met the other day and we agreed to make sure that reach to that level where life ask the question.
What's your biggest challenge in Puea as leaders?
Let me answer that.
Okay.
Let me answer that. I think the biggest challenge we have is, of course, history of the student council and the student leadership is not founded on maybe virtues, but more so on vices. But so the biggest challenge when he got into office was cleaning up the mess that was there. That one I can say with no fear. Because maybe you can see that some post was tied with some vices. That one I can say with no fear. Yeah. Okay. So as I think we had just been done with the issue of nursing department, and the SG was making a comment on maybe the 3 questions that have been asked.
So first of all, let me respond on the missing mark.
Yeah.
As the president has said, we were able to meet how can I put it?
The SG making a comment on maybe the 3 questions that have been asked.
And we had great consultations on the same matter. Just to make sure that the students get their marks at the right time each and every semester in their portal. So they explained, we had a great what the president said, the presentations what is happening there, because just to make sure that the system students and sometimes you might at the right time get that challenge whereby the marks appear, the marks disappear. So but they explained to make you feel like what the president said. What he assured us, because we are working in the system, and sometimes we might get that challenge whereby now they always marks appear, the marks disappear, but that should not make you feel like you are losing something. What he assured us is that win, and on the issue with the sports and games, I hereby assure you that all manpower, you know when we entered into the office, we had some thoughts. And on the issue with the sports and games, I hereby assure you that to revive, you know when the initiatives will have some those more indoor games that we achieved and the other clubs. One of it being to revive and make sure that and initiate new clubs. Those are so that thing is still under process. When we did the BC on Wednesday, so that thing we consulted on the same matter, and she says that we consulted on the same matter, and to make sure that those clubs the first thing that she wants to do running is to make sure that those clubs and just to assure you that some clubs letters are still at the legal officer's office, that being PAK, Presidential Award Kenya, their letter is there, Business Club, their letter is there, some other games that the game clubs that are not registered into the university, their letters are there. So don't worry, just be calm as we make sure that everything is put into place, and to make sure that your talents are being nurtured very, very great. Okay.
have not completed your school fees, you are allowed to do the exams by writing the letter to the DVC. But at the same time, you don't receive the results before you complete the school fee, which you will then complete. Are you able to address so that you can receive your results, which then you can complete your school fee?
Legal officers office, that being PAK, Presidential Award Kenya, their letter is there, business is there, some other games that
Talked about the religious affairs. We have the representative who represents all the religious affairs whenever they have an event or given a hall to do their services. But we have one religious group which have not been really tackled, the Muslims, and there are many in this school, but their affairs have not really been addressed. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Enoch. Maybe let me begin with the issue of exam marks. One, of course, we had already tackled why the fluctuation of marks in the portal, that the school is doing an upgrade, and we as the student council, that is really happening through meeting the register. Maybe the issue of during the examinations and maybe the production of the exam card and everything. This is what I, as the chairperson of the student council, we tasked the director to ensure that no student misses exams unless otherwise. So we ensure that if it is an honest case, the academic director, I remember and I know, and this is on record, he has always been there 1 week to down. Kate has always been there in the office to ensure that, and everyone who has been coming to us, we help them, we ourselves, write the letters and ensure that it has gone to the DVC and given the feedback so that they can do the exams, less stated otherwise. But when it comes to issue of exam marks, maybe I think we go back to the problem that I'd already said, which is a challenge. That is the system of the school. And to disrupt the whole system, I think it's difficult. But to ensuring that our students do the exams, I believe that we are really pushing for it. Number two, that is the issue of the janitor and monitor. That I'd already said that janitor matronum. We ensure to solve the issue of health. I had already said that we ensured that, and coming up, of course I had said that earlier on, is that the university is doing a clinic around the anatomy building in the next few days, so that our students, wherever you're around school or close to school, you run there first. But also, we have a challenge with students who live outside. And this has always been the case. The SGC here is my witness. The finance director is here, is my witness. That we've put our number, it's at orthodox. That is the number of all student leaders. And our students have to know that whenever you get sick, it is a dire issue. Stop rushing to look for letters and summaries. And that is we are advising our students. Go to orthodox. Show them your student identification card. Call any one of us. Leave it at there. We'll call the dean will call the doctor. We'll make sure everything is happening. So the first step is that a student has gotten sick. We assess the situation, assess it personally. As a student, is it rough? Can they persevere while we get the letters? If they cannot, let them go to orthodox, give out the ID. And our numbers are there. They call us, we make sure that sisi wenyewe huwa tunashughulika happening is that the Muslims don't have a, you see, like for us, the Christians, we have like on Sunday we'll be in church, you see, on Sunday we have devotion, but Muslims pray with regular times and intervals. And that is what actually we went to try to tackle the situation. So we are trying to get them a prayer room or a place through the HR's office and of course through the chaplain and through the religious affairs director, and it is coming up. The HR are still organizing offices here and there, and I believe changes are coming soon. So I believe the Muslims will also get a place to pray. Thank you, SG.
Yeah, so just to talk about price fluctuations that you have asked about. That's the same thing that we were talking when we were with the Vice Chancellor, and I was asking her about making sure even if the prices are very high, but the quality of the food should match with that price. Yeah. So we understand very, very much that the price fluctuation is really, really disgusting, because you get for one plate around 70 shillings and above. Sometimes tomorrow you come, it is 100. Sometimes you come, it is 120 and moving forward. So this is something that we are going to make sure that it is being tackled effectively. And I think even yesterday, not yesterday, the other day, we were able to meet with Mr. Anderson and talked about the same thing, and everything is in process. Yes, we understand that the cafeteria is not under the maybe university administration. It is personalized. So we understand it's a personal business. Are you getting me? So at the same time, we are looking whereby this person, apart Sarah, yeah, we understand. So, but at the same time, we are looking whereby the people that are benefiting from this cafeteria are students, are comrades. Yeah, are comrades. Yeah, and tunaelewa comrades, to get that money, that 100 bob, is not something, an easy thing. So on the price fluctuation, I can promise you boldly that within a few weeks coming, we shall make sure that we tackle it. And even if the price will remain the same, but the variety of the food and the quality of the food that will be offered there at the cafeteria will be very, 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 very great and amazing. And it will match with your price. It is okay even if you pay 100, but the food that you are taking, it is matching that 100 shilling that you are taking. You will not get it to be very, very much difficult. Just to touch on something about medication. I myself, as the Mr. President, have been saying, we always make sure that all students, anytime, any day, whether it's a weekend, holiday, or night, midnight. Some even call me at 1 a.m. At night, and I make sure I am there. I make sure I wake up at that time. Yeah. The other day, one of us was attacked. I made sure I'm there. Yeah? This shows you that for those students that are staying outside, as the president has said, our contacts are there. What you only need is that school identification card. Make sure you have it. Go there. When you reach there, they will call us and we will try to make sure we talk with the team and everything will be sorted. And another thing that I did, I remember the last semester during this period, a lot of players were injured. So I took that initiative to make sure they have it. The van was provided. I think they were around 7 players, and they were taken to Orthodox. And I myself, and another thing that I did, the forms for them, and make sure they are safe and during this period. So this is that's just a matter of making sure. So I took that initiative to make sure that the relevant office, I think, don't tell 7 players, they were taken to Orthodox, and I myself, let us the forms just come to us and make sure tell us if the situation is very, very, so this is that's just a matter of making sure that you communicate effectively the relevant office. Don't tell someone that will give you the negative feedback.
Thank you so much.
No, just come to us, tell us if the situation is very, very, very critical, whereby you need a referral, that will be done, but through the relevant office, the relevant authority that is there, everything will be very, very much sorted. I think that's all.
Thank you so much.
And any other things,
Just because it's a quick one, Personally, I'm a Manchester United fan. The SG is an Arsenal fan. We've always sat at the cafeteria every Saturday to make sure that we are watching the game. I think a couple of you are my witnesses that we always just because it's a quick one. The game. Personally, I'm a Manchester United fan. That is to say that the SG is an Arsenal fan. Happening we've always sat when it comes to cafeteria every Saturday to make sure that we are watching the game, because I think it's not something a couple of you are my witnesses. And the challenge we always is that cafeteria DSTV we sit there. That is to say that we have a couple of others. So what the ICT manager has always told us is that we have already the time frames of the same, because it's not something that zote zinaisha. And the challenge we have others that cafeteria tunapata maybe yes ya huko admission inafanya ina kule juu, so we have a couple of others. You see those the ICT manager has always told us is that we are solving, but we've reached an idea. The time frames of the same is not the same director zote zinaisha once, and we have others. The school will subscribe that when we open the school it's a time once, so we have to, so we see those 3 months subscription of the DSTV, and that is coming up. We are solving an idea already through the what is happening, and we understand is that, and we want to assure all the subscribing that when we open right now maybe league break, but ikirudi, so we get everything 3 months subscription of the DSTV, and that is coming up. We are sorry for the delays, but we all know what is happening and we understand, and we want to assure all the fans. I believe right now maybe league iko break, but ikirudi everything will be running smoothly. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yes.
Ni pahali kwa sababu kwa tunachoka kusubiria viongozi walituambia tunaomba mpaka wakamalizia, na nadhani tunachoka kusubiria sasa. Hatutaki kama mwanamke na mwanaume wampasi kuomba yapo, so mimi na niombe asubuhi swala zangu zote 5 nikija shule, sasa kama mwanamke na mwanaume ambayo si vizuri pamoja, lakini na so inashauriwa na niombe asubuhi swala zangu zote 5 nikija shule sio, which is better ambayo ni where we are praying, lakini na cause inashauriwa sana kuendea chini ya leo. We think like it's less, which is better than where.
Okay, sitajibu kwa Kiswahili. Of course, yeah. Okay. We understand the frustration kwa Kiswahili with the Muslim students and all the waiting. But I'm just asking one question. We understand the frustration. Let's look at with the Muslim students. When I told them they will get the finances, I'm just asking one question. Is here the finance director? Let's look at practicability. He gave it to them. When he said, when I told them they will get the finances, and we have done the finance director, everything that he gave it to them. So kind, when he said we'll fellowship with them, I have done everything that I've said. And we have done as the student council everything that I've said. Personally, I'm a prayer person. Give us time, just be patient with us. It should be respected, because si kila ambacho nilikuwa naona labda anatembea kule napata mtu anaomba chini ya mti. It should be respected. So we are working on si kila ambacho nilikuwa naona labda anatembea kule napata mtu anaomba chini ya mti. We have to understand that. So we are working on it, and we preach the idea. It's all right. We have to understand that. So meaning the other chaplain we have but we are planning soon, because the religious affairs director the other chaplain it, and we always on this. But we are planning soon, because just the religious affairs director will ensure that is happening, and we always need to ensure. So kindly just be patient with us. Thank you. We'll ensure that is happening. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
You've voting concerning health, given how you've given how just solutions. You know how much students pay for their help. You know how much
health or help
for their help.
Health or help.
Help. For example, those taking mass communication, they pay 2,500 per semester, which means you are supposed to offer solutions in terms of not telling us that it is good you've offered your phone number, yeah, but I'm sick. It is not guaranteed, but you will always be with your phone, yeah? That every time we go there, we call, we'll always find you. Which means, the day that we don't find all leaders, I won't be treated, because you will not call the dean to give the ones in the hospitals the directives to take, yeah? Because I know that the institution partners with the Orthodox, which means, as leaders, what you should now be working on is that a Presbyterian student are to be treated there as long as you are a student belonging to this institution. Which means by now you should be thinking of an idea, the ICT working with the technical part on whereby when you can know in that this is student taking this course so that automatically issue calling and calling because majority of the students have not been going for certain medications. Another thing, whenever when you are talking about sports, that whenever you play a game, there is a meal. That is it only took place twice, and it is not there again. So when you are talking about it, I was flabbergasted of what you were saying because it is an activity that took place only twice. Another thing, issue to do with security. Mr. SG, you've been posting majority of the times. Certain students went through Gate B. You encourage students not to use Gate B. Why should you encourage them not to use Gate B instead of offering a solution for their security purposes? Because whenever we exit, for example, I'm staying in Togoto GTC. Togoto GTC, the best way or the shortcut is through Gate B. So whenever you tell me that I don't use Gate B, I will be robbed, and then don't offer solution towards that. Why could you just visit the security team within Togoto, the OCS within Kikuyu, and let's say that we need security within this place so that it be safer for the students within the university. Another thing, when you talk about games, during your campaigns, you really emphasize on games. You are a rugby player. There is a time rugby players went to Embu, and these are story I was told by a rugby player. They went there. A rugby player taking a soda and bread. We know how rugby vile rugby inakuanga. So maybe if I can just inquire from you, how much is usually allocated for students who usually go for the games? And do you have a menu that shows between football and rugby, there is a certain energy that is needed, that is required between a student playing rugby, handball, volleyball, and even basketball? Because it will be unfair for a student to play to participate in rugby and then being fed by bread and soda, and then we expect results. We all know that we have a field. Mr. President, you call it green, Puea green area. It is not green, the way you said it. Or if we go there now, it is the vice versa of what you said. We thank you guys for it being grounded and being flat. But there is still more that we need. When you look at the volleyball, yeah, do we even have a volleyball field in Presbyterian? We don't. So what have you done at your jurisdiction to confirm to the volleyball players that indeed we have a pitch? The same goes to the handball. The same goes to the rugby players.
No, in fact, even rugby is not yet registered, but it has been an upper hand into a nationwide 7th circuit, of which the results are here. If we qualify into the next stage, of which it will be from group stage, maybe semi-final, we are going to be registered under CUPSA. It's guaranteed. But at the same time, we should know that they will be registering all games in combined.
And the VC, the VC yesterday promised that.
Initiative, she said that that's the first thing that we are going to do. The problem was other students like I and Kinara, you know, like we just want to use the example we used to have in the, I'm finishing up, in the Kenya under-19 rugby games. But at the same time, you come to realize that we were already registered, but now we have to register it as an institution, not as an individual thing. Are you